How's everybody doing this evening? Wanted to share a couple different thoughts I had today. This is going to be a little bit of a longer video because I've got a couple things on my mind. You know, a lot of times in life we think that something is going to be the way it is, or we create a story that exists in our minds before we even execute it on what we're thinking about. And it's not until we execute on what we're thinking about or execute on what actually is happening that we have the data necessary in order to come to a conclusion. And so what you're doing is creating unwanted emotion around it instead of dealing with the facts. It's not until we deal with the facts of the situation and not the emotions associated with it that we allow ourselves to operate in the highest form of ourselves. So that's one point I want to take with you. The second point is that sometimes in life we think that we know it all, or we think that we have it figured out. And I will say that we don't. And what I mean by that is sometimes these gentlemen, the higher investors, the higher coaches that you're trying to meet, sometimes you have to pay for their service or you have to be in their world. But what you do by not only getting their services, you learn how they handle their businesses. And what I mean by that is there's a higher level coach that I'm attending his thing on Thursday, and their service has been impeccable. And the way they handle the client, the emails they send out. And what I'm doing is gathering information so I may take what I need or not from their business, but learn how other people do business. And sometimes we let our ego get in the way, and we are not open to new ideas. And we really have to always be learning and always be curious. And when you're always curious and you're always learning, you can take in those ideas with such a more comfort and wonder, and not be so firm in what you are. And it allows you to learn things on a constant basis and be curious. And then the last thing I'm going to share with you is something I learned from one of my clients today. You know, you can have a great year, right? You can make 200,000, 300,000, 400,000, but if you have bigger goals, sometimes you have to make sure that you pay attention to, you know, as I said today a couple times, when you're stepping over a small puddle, when we really need to be stepping over rivers. And the 300K, I'm not saying that that's not bad, but his goals and dreams are so much bigger than that, right? And so we have to sit back and assess what is the highest and best use of our time. And if you really want to create generational wealth, long-term wealth, these crazy goals that people have, you really might have to reconfigure your business or the way that you leverage yourself in order to attract the bigger deals or the bigger goals. It just can't always be about money. Money's great. Money's a tool. But it really has to be about what fits you as a person. And that allows you to separate yourself from the rest of the herd and allows you to be the highest form of yourself. And that's really all we're seeking. The coaching that I'm doing, that's all it's about. How to be the best version of yourself. And we're going to get there with hard work, the right mentorship, and create the right network. So I hope these things that affected you, this is a little longer video than I've done in the past, just some thoughts I'm carrying with today, and I wanted to make sure that I shared them with you so I could add value to everybody that is listening to this. And I just thank y'all so much, and have a great rest of the Monday.